Right, I think we'll make a start now. So thank you for joining us for our virtual information session. My name is Sophie and I'm a designer and digital marketing coordinator here at East Coast College. Just to make you aware, we will be recording this session to share with other students who are unable to attend this evening. In this session, we'll be covering our Maritime Deck Cadet Programme, and our tutors will give you an overview of the course and answer some of your questions. There's a Q&A box just at the bottom of the screen where you can type your questions as we go through the presentation. So please feel free to use that and we'll answer all of them at the end. I'll now hand you over to our Maritime team who's going to talk to you about our programme.
Good evening all. I'm Captain Senthil. I am a lecturer in Maritime Studies for East Coast College. It has been my third year and I'm happy to invite you for this program. We have two programs available for East Coast College, the Merchant Navy Deck Cadet Program. One is HNC Cadetship and the other one is Proposed Foundation Degree in Nautical Science, both leading the students to become a professional seafarer. These programs are fully sponsored, which includes classroom training as well as work-based learning during your program. Unlike regular programs, the specialty about this program is during your phase one, it will be in college, then you'll move on to sea, and again come back to college and continue doing the same. Okay, now how this program is different from RENE courses. This is accredited by MCA, which is Maritime Coast Guard Agency, and also by MNTB, which is Merchant Navy Training Board. Now, what MCA does is it gives the approval, it audits the program and examines and issues certificate. So MC has given that responsibility to MNTB, and MNTB carries out the approval process. Now, entry requirements for the proposed foundation degree, September 2021, which is we are awaiting approval. The requirement is we want UCAS tariff of 56, which is preferred. Also includes GCSE passes in 4 subjects at grade B, 6 or better, including mathematics, physical science, English, or a subject which makes use of English such as history and other. Now, for HNC qualification, at least 4 GCSEs. Minimum grade 4 or Scottish equivalent, to include maths, English, and science-based subject. Additionally, the most important thing is you need to pass a medical exam, which is called Inc. 1 Medical Fitness Certificate, because you need to use that to go to sea, which is an important part of the curriculum. And finally, you should be 16 years of age, which most companies prefer. This course is sponsored, so the process will also involve SSTG, which will be sponsoring agency. It will involve you with respect to providing recruitment process. So first you do is you apply through ECC website. We will conduct an interview. If successful, we'll provide you a conditional offer. Then we'll forward your applications to SSTG. And SSTG will carry out an interview, and furthermore, with your medical examination, all goes well, the company is willing to sponsor you, then you will be enrolled into East Coast College. Now, funding, government provides funding for this particular course. The reason being there is a severe shortage of seafarers, and it is estimated that by 2025, the industry requires more seafarers. That's why these programs are fully funded. So the training providers, including SSTG and shipping companies, are getting grants to the government funding, which is called SMART scheme. This screen shows about the structure for HNC cadetship. So the important part is we have the 5 main phases. The phase 1 is 21 weeks, which will be in the college. It prepares you for your initial seagoing training. So you'll start learning. You'll start learning about navigation and other relevant subjects for becoming a professional seafarer. and it helps you to go to the first sea phase. The phase 2 is 35 weeks, which will be covered on board ship. It will be self-directed learning, and you'll be given all the support by your company as well as the East Coast College. Once you finish your phase 2, you come back to college in phase 3, and you do 34 weeks of classroom training. And phase 4 will be your final C phase. Now, phase 2 and phase 4 combined required by the MCA is 12 months of sea service. And the last phase 5 is again you come back to the college. During your college phase, you will also be involved in learning additional ancillary short courses, which is addition to your HNC certification itself. And you have a progression where you can proceed to take HND Nautical Science and progress to BSc Nautical Science. Now, during this entire process, the first level 3, you will start with level 3 and exit award will be level 3 diploma. That's your phase 1. Phase 3, you will exit with a HNC Nautical Science. And phase 5, you will exit with Officer of Watch with a certificate of competency. Now, what happens is you have internal assessment, which is conducted by the East Coast College. And also you have to attend a Viva exam, which will be conducted by MCA. So you'll be eligible to appear for a Viva exam, which is called oral exam conducted by MCA. On successful completion of all the short courses, 12 months of sea time, and a successful completion of all the HNC units, you will be eligible to appear for the oral exam. Once you clear, you will get your first professional qualification, which is your certificate of competency, which allows you to sail as a third officer on board ship. At sea, depending upon your sponsoring company, you will have a specialized ship which you'll be sailing. In certain cases, a shipping company which has different type of fleet, you'll be sailing across different ships. Like for example, it can be a tanker company, you'll be involved in tanker fleet. If it's a company which has got a bulk carrier, then you'll be sailing in bulk carrier. And in UK, across UK, have a lot of other options, which is offshore industry, which includes mining, cable repair, and your offshore support vessels, survey vessels, tugboat service, wind farm industry. So you have variety of other options besides your main fleet. Now within main fleet, you have container vessels, you have general cargo ships, you have tanker vessels, and also passenger vessels. So if you are going into sea as a third officer, your route will be to choose one of these type of ship, and that will be depending upon the sponsoring company, what type of ships they have. Also, this career gives you an option to progress ashore with sufficient sea experience. If you decide to come ashore, you can join as a faculty member in one of the training colleges. You can get into marine finance, marine insurance, pilots jobs are available, and offshore operations available. Now, coming ashore, this industry actually carries 80% of the goods across the world. So there is always option at sea and ashore, and there's a huge demand at sea for seafarers, as well as there are opportunity ashore also with the candidates who has got experience out at sea. This is a report given by BIMCO. This BIMCO organization, it carries out Manpower Report, saying that what are the needs of the industry. With respect to seafaring industry, there is a supply and demand. So we can see here that from 2015, 20, and 25 onwards, we have shortage of seafarers, and that is why we have smart funding given by UK, a scheme which helps in recruiting, providing sponsorship for the students. So there is a big opportunity. You are sponsored from day one, more or less with your sponsoring company, your employment is sealed. So on successful completion of your courses, you are employed with the sponsoring company. You can get further information on the Merchant Navy as a career. If you go into SSTG, it gives you details about the seafaring, what is Merchant Navy, what you go on to become if you are going out at sea. You have which type of choices you have. You want to become a captain, you have to choose the deck side. If you want to become an engineer, then you have to choose engine side. So you have choices, and you can take decision based on the SSTG website. Uh, and open source with respect to a Merchant Navy. Please feel free to raise your questions if you have any concerns, any questions about Merchant Navy and HNC cadetship and foundation degree. Please raise your questions.
So I'll just have a look to see what questions we've got. So our first one is how much time overall is spent at sea?
Okay, now phase 2 and phase 4, we have a window period which allows for a total of 12 months sea time. 12 months sea time is required, and this sea time is staggered. So in phase 2, it might be 2 contracts of 3 months, or else it might be a contract of full stretch for 6 months. So we also give sufficient time for the company to accommodate the signing on and signing off for the travel arrangements. So we'll be having around 8 to 9 months. Sufficient time is given for the sponsoring companies to accommodate signing on and signing off. So totally 12 months is required for the entire course with respect to sea time.
Perfect, thank you. So if someone wants to apply for this course, do they need any prior experience?
With respect to the course itself, the experience will be a part of the study. So the work-based experience of the sea phases is the actual experience they will be learning during the course. So they don't require any prior experience, sea experience, to get into this profession.
Great, thank you. So someone said they've seen on the website that the course is sponsored. What does that mean?
Okay, since there is a demand for seafarers, this course is sponsored through the external bodies. SSTG will be communicating with various sponsoring companies. Once the candidate application is forwarded to these companies, they will have conduct an interview. And if the candidates are selected by the sponsoring companies, the entire course will be funded by those sponsoring companies.
Great, thank you. So someone said that they don't think they've got the right grades to join the course. Is there another option?
Yeah, I believe there is another option for them. We are validating an access course that will enable the students to achieve the required UCAS points, and we can support them as well with English, math, etc. And then they can join, if they join the access course from September 21, they can join the foundation degree from September 2022.
Great, thank you. So I think this is our last question, unless you've got anything else to add to the presentation. Someone has just asked, how will I be assessed?
Okay, a typical form of assessment for this course for the college phase will be written exams and practical exams. And the course will require higher passing criteria. So there will be specific subject related to navigation and stability. These subjects require higher passing criteria. It's a course which involves a lot of engagement from students. So a lot of effort has to be put by the students, because the course is delivered, the phase 1 is delivered in 6 months' time. So usually most of the content will be assessment, they'll be assessed by written assessment, and certain elements will be assessed through practical. Furthermore, we have other short courses which will have its own assessment criteria, which will require higher passing marks, and there'll be practical training, practical assessment involved.
Great, thank you. So that's all the questions that we've got for this evening. Does anyone else have anything to add? Or is that everything?
Okay, since this course is sponsored, the requirements for the entry qualification will differ depending upon the sponsoring company. And furthermore, once you're selected and enrolled into these courses, the sponsoring company would require us to provide your progression throughout the course. Your attendance requirements might be on the higher end compared to general norms for the college. So certain sponsors require 100% attendance. So depending upon individual sponsor and your involvement with the sponsorship, your contract with the sponsoring company, there'll be additional requirements.
Great, thank you. So thank you for joining us this evening. If you haven't yet already applied, you can head over to our website now, which is shown on screen, to fill out an application form. You can also find details about all of the other courses that we offer here at East Coast College. If you need to get in touch again or have any questions, please email us at heretohelp@eastcoast.ac.uk and a member of the team will get back to you as soon as they can. Thank you for joining us this evening. We hope you have a great evening.